Hi everyone, welcome back to Houseplant Essentials. I'm Bryce. So happy to have you here with me today. In today's video, I'll be showing you my top 5 favorite houseplants. Yes, that's right, my top 5 favorite. I could show you my top 10, but we'd be here for hours and we don't need that, okay? So let's show you my top 5 and let's get right into it. All right, the first plant that I'm going to show you today actually featured in a recent unboxing that you may or may not remember me getting extremely excited. Whatever, I was very happy, and here it is, the Philodendron Brandianum. This is such a gorgeous plant. I mean, no wonder I was excited. This is just stunning. Look at the leaves. They are silver and this thing likes to climb. It's just a beautiful philodendron, and I do have a soft spot for philodendron in general. So general care for this is to keep it in bright indirect light. Water when it's dry essentially, so let it dry out between waterings. If you use a moisture meter, use the number 3. That's when you should water it. You don't need to worry about fertilizing this right now. As far as humidity goes, you should keep the humidity high between 45 and 60%. And if you follow that, I think you're going to be pretty good. So yeah, that is the Philodendron Brandianum. All right, the second plant that I am going to show you in my top 5 favorite lineup is, wait for it, it's actually another philodendron, and that is the Philodendron Silver Sword. And I'll try to get this in frame here so you can see it. Yep, it's another philodendron, and it should be of no surprise to you that this one is also silver. And it is just gorgeous. It is a climber as well, like so many philodendron are. And yeah, I just absolutely love it. It's just beautiful. So I got this at a local plant shop called Arium Botanicals, and got it for myself for my birthday. And who could blame me, right? So general care for this is pretty similar to the Brandianum. Bright indirect lights, let it dry out between waterings, use high humidity, 45 to 60%, and yeah, those general guidelines are gonna like do you well. So yep, this is the Philodendron Silver Sword. All right, so the third plant on my list in my top 5 is the Synapsis Pictus Exotica. I absolutely love this plant. I really love the silver leaves on it. Again, another like silver leaf plant. I think there's like a little trend going here now. So. But this is so easy to take care of. Just keep it in bright indirect light. It can like tolerate some lower light conditions. It's just not going to grow as fast. And the Exotica does tend to grow a little slower than its like cousin or brother, sister, whatever you want to call it, the Argyrius, which tends to grow really fast. So yeah, keep it in bright indirect light if you can. Let it dry out between waterings. I noticed that I tend to water this a little less often than some of the other Synapsis, which is cool. You know, less maintenance. You know, who doesn't like a low maintenance plant? So, you know, low light, low watering. There's like a trend here also. But yeah, they do like some good humidity as well. So that is the Synapsis Pictus Exotica. All right, so we're on number 4 in my top 5 favorite houseplants, and that is the black velvet Alocasia. Yes, this is absolutely stunning. I've had a soft spot for this, and ever since I started collecting houseplants, and when I went to a place called Hammer and Vine here in Portland, I actually found it, and I thought, oh my gosh, here's my opportunity to finally buy one. I was so excited, and I love the way that this looks. It looks stunning, soft, but also structured and hard at the same time, if that makes any sense. The leaves are just beautiful. They're large. In fact, this is the newest leaf right here. It is just, it's like huge, like the size of my hand. Really beautiful. So take a look at that. The care for these are pretty straightforward, I would say, as long as you follow the guidelines. So they do like to have bright indirect light. And as far as their watering goes, they do tend to dry out a little quicker. So I would say you would water them every 5 to 7 days. That's pretty straightforward for me. And now the humidity, they need to have high humidity. So a good 60% is really ideal. Although, you know, it could go lower, but I would say 60% is good. I keep my humidity between 60 and 70%, if that is any kind of like thing to you. Now, one thing you want to keep an eye out for are spider mites. They tend to be prone to them. I haven't had them yet, but I do a monthly treatment with neem oil, Dawn dish soap, and a little good old H2O. And I haven't had that problem yet, but they are prone to them. So this is the black velvet Alocasia. All right, everyone, that brings us to number 5 on my top 5 favorite houseplants. And I'm excited to show you this one because I think it's a little bit different than what you're normally seeing. So what is that? It's this. And it's kind of hard to see. I'll try to get it all in the frame without like killing me. This is a golden fluorite Egglinima. And I chose this plant because, well, it's stunning. Look at it. It's green and pink. Like, oh, you don't see that very often. And it's extremely low maintenance. And I'll tell you why. Because this doesn't need bright indirect light like most plants do. This can actually tolerate lower light conditions. And this also only needs to be watered about once every 2 weeks. So that is huge. Like, you could stick this away like in a bathroom, like by a north-facing window, or like me, I have this on a shelf in tucked away in my bedroom in the corner. So I absolutely love it. This is the Egglinima, the golden fluorite Egglinima. So that is number 5 on my list. All right, so those were my top 5 favorite houseplants. Hope that you enjoyed watching that. I love to talk about my houseplants, and but you know, the thing is, honestly, like, my top 5 favorite houseplants changes quite often, especially if I get a new houseplant. Not to say that the old ones no longer have interest in me, but yes, those were my top 5 favorite. And so I will put the information about where I got them down in the description box. And if you have any questions or comments about these plants, want to know more, put it down in the comments and I'll be happy to get back to you. And before you go, don't forget to like this video. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button so that you get notified of new content when it's available. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.